Brodies, first day of Ultimate Team. Are you boys playing? Are you obviously enjoying the gameplay? Tell me in the comment section, man. Let's have some civilized debates. Let's have some chats. To be honest though, 4-1-2-1-2/2 I feel like is the best formation right now to just get accompanied with the game. And I feel like it's very, very OP in terms of passing because obviously EA have, you know, kind of highlighted this tiki-taka movement gameplay, and I feel like this is the best formation to get that going. Another good one is the 4-2-3-1, and then obviously the wing formations is not bad, obviously with the 2 CDMs. That's like more of the ratty one, you know. This is more fun, more fluid. Yes, you could say it's a little bit tainted on defense, but I think that's just completely up to you in how you defend and how you actually play with this game. I feel like this formation, you need a little bit more of possessive style, just quick tiki-taka movements, yes, but then also finding that like pass in the final third, taking your time with it as well. You can play it 2 ways. So yeah, let's get into it. Man, come on, you already know MMOEXP, the best coin website to get your FC26 coins. Get a huge jump start to your teams. I'm talking Mbappe's, I'm talking some of the best cards in the game, man. META, that's code META for the best cheapest coins. Check first link in description. Also 8% off, god damn. Let's jump over to tactics, and we will obviously show the code, first link in on the comments. Short passing balance 4-1-2-1-2. Now I don't feel like you should change anything when it comes to defensive approach. I feel like everyone's running 50 now because they're still getting acquainted to the game, and it makes sense, you know. You don't really have too much players like pressing. You don't know if the stamina depletion will come into play, etc, etc. So yeah, we've got build up style of short passing. Now if you know me, I've always used short passing in FC25. I loved it so much in terms of like just the quick passing, like the quick tiki-takas, especially with the players that I had. So when you're using this formation, I feel like small CMs that can turn is very nice, and then obviously one fullback that can actually attack, and whatever way you're attacking down, whether it's the left or right flank, you know. So yeah, I will obviously show you the exact tactics, but yeah, short passing I feel like is a very, very nice addition in the past 2 FCs, you could say, you know, obviously since they like did this whole overall with the tactic system. So let's jump over to the actual goalkeeper. We got defend. Now obviously I always say it, when it comes to goalkeeper, completely up to you, personal preference. If you want the goalkeeper to have more of you could say an automatic response, go with balanced. I like to move the keeper out myself, so you could say more of the manual movement, so I have him on defend only, not balanced. So yeah, overall, man. And Oliver Kahn, bro, this keeper is insane. Keepers in general are very, very good. I feel like now there's a huge differentiation, like there's an actual difference now with the goalkeepers in terms of rating. Past FIFAs you could run like, you guys know it, Butland, and he'd be insane, you know, Pope, etc, etc. But now you actually have to have decent stats and stuff. Another good thing though is also having the plus on the specific cards. We all know how good rolls are in the game, so definitely have the pluses if you need them to have that. That's very overpowered alongside play styles. That's probably the most meta thing you can do in the game, so you definitely need that, man. Like for me, I can sometimes see that even with the defend, don't get me wrong, Ibrahima Konate, insane card, but I feel like sometimes he does get caught lacking. If he had the plus, like Luke Bar, I'll be honest, not really the best card under the sun, but you can definitely see him intact when it comes to rolls. So definitely rolls in this game is OP. But yeah, defend, we don't really want to play around too much with it, you know, just go with what you know. That's why we have defend, because that's what we've been doing, especially in past in the past like FC. So yeah, now this is the thing that I like to change. You've got the main man Dodo. Can't lie to you, I've actually swapped it to Spence that had he had the wing back, but he obviously didn't have the plus. So I was like, Dodo has the plus, might as well just, you know, revert them. So Spence is very nice in game. This guy is actually very underrated. If you have pacey fullbacks, it's always a huge like increase to the actual meta of the game, because it obviously catches up to any wingers, any defenders, even midfielders, all of the above. I feel like pace is just always the meta. Let's just be honest right there. Yeah, wing back plus for Dodo. I like this because it kind of acts as like, you could say a 4th CM with the 1-2s, the interplay, and then he obviously attacks down the right flank. It's kind of like you could say trump card, someone that your opponents wouldn't know about unless you're using him. Like Dodo, I'll be honest, is pretty ass card, let's be honest. But if you have a good right back in the spot, beast. Someone like a Marcelo, obviously he's left back, but you get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, wing back balanced. You obviously don't want to do too much, at least have him a little bit up, because he acts as the interplay fourth member, you know. So yeah, we've got obviously fullback balance because you don't want everyone up. I mean, you could in the future play wingback if you have decent enough players that can actually go back, that have the stamina, etc, etc. I mean, we do also have chem styles now that actually boost stamina, which is nice, you know, if you want to play down that role. But I feel like for me, the fullback plus, by the way, shout out to United by Music for subscribing, but the fullback plus is the play when it comes to like not doing too much, you know. So yeah, anything along those lines. We got a CDM in this formation. It's kind of like the 4-3-1-2, but having the CDM kind of has that at least safe barrier to not, because this formation, I'll be honest, is very attacking. You will see sometimes you're gonna get caught a lot on the counters. So having a CDM helps a lot, especially if they're big and brolic, because they essentially will get the ball. But I feel like now in this game, big brolic CDM's not really that ideal because the turning and stuff, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't really like them too much. I think I had Milinkovic Savic, the tall guy from Saudi, I think it is. He had very nice physicality and defense, but damn oh damn, he was slow, man, like a truck. Having someone like Grace Gioro that can turn, that can actually hold her own, and the passing's very nice. She's good in transitional aspects. Not a bad shot. So yeah, I definitely like this card. I would have loved if she had a plus. But yeah, we've also got a new one, by the way, Box Crasher. We'll play around with this, man. That's why I'm loving the new inclusive roles. But yeah, let's jump over to the 2 CMs. In this formation, I feel like this is a given. You need to have your 2 CMs as box-to-box balanced. When it comes to like quick interplay, they're going to be down, they're going to be up. You know, it's a nice versatile option for any team, especially if you have players that, like Fratesi, right? It's okay. If you have insane players like the likes of Joelinton, players that can basically do everything, all of the above, tick off all the boxes. Thuram, Kefren Thuram's a nice one. And if they're physical, like even Pogba, for instance, someone that can skill, you know, to pay the bills, very nice card. Like Dominic Szoboszlai, bro, I can't lie. This guy's mostly a cam, right? But he can act as that CM. As you can see, the heat map also comes back and he defends. So definitely look for the likes of those type of cards. I'm just trying to find good CMs for this formation that I can actually showcase to you. Let us see. If you jump over to something like Tonali, bro, is literally perfect. Very decent pacey CM for the time that we're in. Camavinga is perfect. Shoemeni is a very nice card. Kefren Thuram, as I said right here. Yeah, you know, you can play around with it. Very, very, I mean, even if you have 3 big brolic CMs, that's why you can play the 4-3-1-2. It's gonna cook, man, because you have like all of them in harmony, kind of, you know, overlapping, coming back. You boys know the deal. Cam is playmaker. Coop Mine is now. The thing with the playmaker, right, that I liked, kind of comes, pause. He goes left, right, up, comes back a little bit. But the thing is, I liked, obviously in the previous FIFA, I like the Shadow Striker, but I feel like it's a little bit too slumped in the attack. You know, you want your 2 strikers to just be on top, stay there. Especially when you want the through balls to be like past the defense, you don't want really your cam to be there. You know, you want your cam to actually provide those balls. So I feel like that sounds insane, man. I need to stop. But playmaker for me is perfect because, especially with how OP first time through balls are, having your cam a little bit situated a little bit back kind of acts as a nice, you know, interplay with the CMs firstly, and then over the top through balls for chance creation. So yeah, I think playmaker for me worked nicely, and especially Coop Miners, I used him. Chose his card. Obviously, a lot of people chose Endo, but I felt like Coop Miners had the very nice stats to be inclusive in all areas, you know, that he encompasses. So yeah, 2 strikers, advanced forward attack. I'll be honest, still playing around with it, still trying to see, but for now, go with what you know, man. At the end of the day, like, everyone was using advanced forward attack. So yeah, what you could do though, if you want, you could run it as a versatile option. Someone like that has the body of a winger, like Chiesa, for instance, kind of drifting a little bit right. The issue with this one though is, if you go focus versatile, you're not going to really see him at striker, which can actually play a very nice trump card again role. You know, you won't really know if he's a winger, if he's a striker, so can play around with it. But for now, I feel like attack and advanced forward for the 2 strikers works nicely, because you know they're going to be there in that situations to bury the goals. Tell me if this formation works for you boys. We are still playing around with it. I won't really play a game with it because I've played a lot of games. I need to go catch some sleep, bro. Nonetheless, though, tell me if this worked. I'll catch you boys in the next one, man. Peace.